Hello, my name is Heather Durand, and I am part of the operations staff that works down here in the materials shop for the College of Design. Today, we're going to be talking about the dress code for the shop, as well as appropriate PPE to wear while you're in the shop. It's very important when you come to the shop because we have a variety of tools, equipment, and processes that can be hazardous if used inappropriately. So part of the way that we protect ourselves about that is wearing the appropriate dress code and wearing the appropriate PPE. For our shop, we recommend that you wear long pants, closed-toed shoes are always required, and t-shirt or long sleeves as appropriate to the process that you're doing it. In the winter time, a lot of people like to wear hoodies or other kinds of jackets. We always recommend, if you haven't already lost your hoodie string, that you tuck the hoodie string into your shirt so that it's not an entanglement hazard. We also request that if you're wearing lanyards or any kind of dangly jewelry, that you either remove it or tuck it into your shirt. For folks that have long hair, we want to make sure that you always have a ponytail. It should be up and away from your face. If you need to, we do have ponytail holders here in the shop should you forget yours. The same goes if anyone has long beards or facial hair. You want to make sure that that is appropriately tied and tucked into your shirt. That's about it for the dress code. So now we'll move on to today in the shop, we're going to start talking about various PPE requirements. The first thing we will discuss is safety glasses. Safety glasses are required to be worn in the shop at all times. If you are like me and you wear eyeglasses, you may wear your eyeglasses until such a time as you start working with the tools. If you need to wear your eyeglasses all the time to see well, we do have a variety of safety glasses that fit over top of your eyeglasses. If you find this to be uncomfortable, we also have face masks that may be worn over top. However, some folks, like myself, I just prefer to take my glasses off and switch them out for my safety glasses. Please be mindful and wear safety glasses when you're working with equipment in the shop. Once you are done, we have a sanitation station by the TA desk. There are red bins that you can put your safety glasses into the red bins, and they will be cleaned and sanitized prior to your use next time in the shop. The next point of PPE for the shop is hearing protection. Normal shop day-to-day exposure levels can reach above 80 decibels. 80 decibels is considered the threshold for safe hearing limits, and frequent exposures above 80 limits can cause damage to your hearing over time. We have two forms of hearing protection that we offer to you. They can be disposable earplugs or reusable over-the-ear muffs. It depends on your comfort level of what you prefer, but both are available to you here in the shop. Disposable earplugs, they're here in this dispenser. You turn this knob and they will be dispensed out below. You roll the disposable earplug, pull your ear down, and insert the plug like so. Then you should feel it expand in your ear. For the over-the-ear muffs, you simply put them over your ear. If you're wearing the disposable earmuffs, we also sanitize and clean these as well after each use. They also go into the red bin at the TA station to be cleaned before their next wear. While we're also talking about hearing protection, we need to mention one of our shop policies, which is to not wear headphones while you're in the shop. It's a safety hazard, as we might not be able to get your attention if something is happening, and also your headphones are not designed to adequately protect your ears from hearing damage. The next step in our PPE journey here in the shop is about glove usage in the shop. It is important to understand which tools you're going to be working with to know whether the use of gloves is allowed or not. A lot of our equipment is marked with specific no gloves signs in orange Or you might also see a tool SOP card, which also has a symbol for whether gloves are allowed or not. One other way to think about it is if there is a rotation hazard with the tool, such as our drill presses and lathes. That is when we particularly do not want you to wear gloves, as it can lead to an entanglement hazard. If the tool was to snag your glove, a lot of times it can pull your hand in and cause injury to your person. However, there may still be some instances where you need to wear gloves or you would like a little bit of protection for your hands. In those instances, we have nitrile gloves. And because they are flimsy enough, if they were to get tangled up, they should tear and not pull your hand into said equipment. If you're working with hand carving tools or sheet metal, we do actively encourage you to wear gloves in this instance. And in that instance, we have special gloves that are a cut resistant glove. So here, the fabric is a blend of a Kevlar woven material. So this is going to provide protection if you're using the hand chisels or other sharp instruments or handling sharp edges of your sheet metal. This will protect your hand during those instances. And we have these available for your use. You simply need to ask for help from either a staff member such as myself or one of our student TAs that may be sitting at the desk area. One of the final pieces of PPE we will discuss today is our dust mask. The shop does also have a whole house dust collection system that serves our wood cutting side of the shop. However, if you're doing sanding or carving or other dust intensive processes, you might find it easier to wear a dust mask. So we do provide you with disposable dust masks here at the TA station. We have now covered the basics of PPE usage in the shop. However, I wanted to make you aware of additional PPE that we do have available for your use for certain unique situations. First, in our paint booth area, we have aprons. This is mainly just to protect your clothing from dirty processes. Additionally, due to the College of Design's unique coursework, you may find yourself visiting various construction sites. Here at the shop, we do have construction site PPE that you can borrow through our check room system. This includes a hard hat, a safety vest, and a pair of safety glasses for you to check out for as many days as is necessary during your course. Finally, depending on the process that you are doing, we also have slip-on steel-toed shoe covers. This will provide extra coverage and protection for your feet and toes should you be doing any work with heavy metal or situations where you might be dropping objects on your feet. Lastly, we do have welding and various hot processes that are allowed to happen in our shop. That requires its own specific set of PPE that is covered during our welding orientation and safety demonstration. This concludes our information about PPE use in the shop. We hope that you've learned a lot from this today.